So once again, ladies and gentlemen, so far through to the four-way matchup at the end of the evening, we have got Mark Haskins and now Dave Morales, and there are still 2 more spots left to be filled. We have got our referee in the ring now, it's Mr. Chris Roberts.
Wales' favourite son.
And so we are ready now for match number 3 of the Extreme Measures Tournament. A singles match set for 1 fall, introducing first.
So here we go, no rest period here in IPW, straight into our 3rd of 4 first-round matches.
And our 4th match of the night, Dave. Thank you for getting that classic Justin Reese title defense.
I'm not calling that a match.
Making his way to the ring, the bad boy of British wrestling, Jon Ryan.
Well, Jon Ryan, hammerlock trained young man, and this is a man, above all else, who has a massive chip on his shoulder.
And his opponent.
Well, we await the arrival of his opponent, and you know what that music means?
It's another member of the cartel.
Making his way to the ring.
This is a member of the cartel.
Leroy Kincaide.
Leroy Kincaide has an A-list offer on the table, and what a brilliant move there.
Well, hang on. This Jon Ryan attacking Kincaide on his way into the ring.
That's smart. You got to admit, that is smart.
You know, Kincaide returned to IPW last summer to help out his friends Martin Stone and the cartel. But, you know, make no mistake about it, Billy, Kincaide, long term, is here for one reason and one reason only. He wants to be the champion.
And as I said before, we can help him do that. And Leroy Kincaide refuses to sign his A-list contract. Why he continues to align himself with the likes of the cartel, who all they have done is lost championships last year. And Terry Fraser, it's all about Terry Fraser. That's the only thing. How can he align himself with such a selfish, cowardly man?
Terry Fraser is a great young competitor and a decent guy. You don't have many friends like that, so you probably wouldn't know what that's like to meet someone like that.
I'm not friends with the cartel, no. I don't believe in the cartel. The cartel are a bunch of losers, and Leroy Kincaide, I'm giving credit where credit is due. He's in top physical condition. He belongs in the A-list. He has a future in the A-list. He has a massive future in IPW. He can waver along in the cartel, sit there, do the opening matches like Shaw and Terry Fraser do. And Terry Fraser's already lost tonight.
Well, hang on. Sorry, Billy. Kincaide chasing Jon Ryan around the ring.
So Terry Fraser's performance earlier says everything about him.
You know, Fraser hurt his knee in that opening match tonight. You've got to wonder what kind of condition he's going to be in for that last chance the cartel are going to have to take back the tag team titles.
What did the cartel do to even earn that title shot?
What did they do to earn it? They were champions for what, well over a year. Still, for my money, the best tag team in IPW.
And they want to invocicize that rematch clause now after taking...
They want to invocicize?
Invocicize.
Another made-up Billy Lightning word.
That's a word, Dave.
Invocicize.
They want to invocicize their rematch clause now after the Thrillers have had a long, hard tour.
Well, Ryan's got Kincaide up here. Looks like he's going to drop him. What's he doing? Oh, no, hang on. If he'd hit him with that pile driver, it could have been over early. But Kincaide able to power out.
And again, he regains control. Every time, he comes back, but once you're handicapped from a start like that, he's always going to have the edge on him. And as I said, where were the cartel then when Kincaide was attacked? I'm asking you a question, Dave. Where were the cartel?
I'm sorry, I got bored of listening to you several minutes ago. Jon Ryan and Leroy Kincaide, both part of that IPW UK Superstars of Wrestling tour last week. 5 great nights of action around the UK as Kincaide went for the spear and Ryan able to sidestep.
Yes, we visited some of the biggest toilets that the UK has to offer last week. But it's okay as long as I was paid. which I was short, by the way.
I don't know why you were visiting so many public toilets while we were touring the UK, but you know, each to their own. As Jon Ryan, the side headlock. Tell you one thing I'll say about Jon Ryan, talk about having a hard skull. I saw him compete in Chatham last week. Took shots to the head from steel chairs, from wooden canes, and yet he's still here a week later to face Leroy Kincaide. A lesser man would have been concussed and still in bed.
You think those big shots to the head would have done some damage, but see, he was still smart enough to realise that there's nothing illegal about jumping your opponent before the bell rings. There's nothing wrong with that, and he knew that.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Nothing slightly unethical about it in your mind?
This game is not about ethics, Dave. Ethics are not going to get you anywhere. How many ethics do you think Gilligan Gordon had?
I don't think he can spell the word ethics.
You can't spell the word invocicize.
That's because it's not a word.
Well, they will be invocicizing their rematch clause here tonight, so obviously it is a word.
Is there a maximum intelligence level that you have to get into Big Brother?
There's some stringent intelligence testing.
Oh, that's a big word. Stringent. Oh, Leroy goes for the spear again. Ryan again able to move. And Kincaide hits the middle rope. Ryan to the opposite rope and drops his leg across
Stringent. Is that a word?
What?
Stringent? That's a word.
That is a word.
I'll ask John Atkins. He'll know.
Oh, and Ryan went for it one too many times. You know, we said it. Oh, hang on, Kincaide's gonna fly!
And he does!
My God.
And right into the barricade as well.
Yeah, I think Jon Ryan's head hit the steel. But then I've already said, he has a very hard head.
A silly risk taken now unnecessarily to impress these people, but sometimes these high risks can win you a match. I think, it was simply a case of impressing these fools here in Swanley Kent.
Kincaide doesn't need to work to impress anyone. Look, just looking at him, looking at the power he brings to his matches.
Why isn't this kid putting the law into good use here? Why isn't he calling that a disqualification? He just deliberately threw him into the steps.
I assume by this kid you're referring to our highly experienced referee. As well again.
His name escapes me. To me, he's just a punk kid.
Kincaide obviously has seen what Jon Ryan's been going through with those shots to the head in recent matches. He's really focusing on that.
I've counted that these two men have been out here for at least 40 seconds now. Now, Mark Haskins should automatically be awarded the tournament.
Don't be stupid, Billy. You can't count to 40.
I said at least 40.
So you lost count?
Exactly, Dave. I've lost count of how long these men have been out here. And the barbaric tactics they're both employing to get the upper hand. At the end of the day, this could simply be either a disqualification, a double disqualification, a double count-out, no contest, a number of ways that I would have called an end to this match right now and have one less man in there for Mark Haskins to beat. Morales is already worn out from the tough match he had earlier on. I mean that's a piece of cake.
Yeah, and I guess Yestin Reese is probably exhausted as well.
I mean, speaking of pieces of cake, that's all it will really take to distract Morales in a one-on-one matchup, and that will be the key to Mark Haskins smartly prevailing in this match after these two are finally double disqualified.
Oh, hang on, Kincaide! Spear by Kincaide! If he gets the cover, it's got to be over. Hooks the leg. Yes, Kincaide goes through.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, Leroy Kincaide.
That's impressive, but as I was just saying before he hit that move, that match should have been finished 3 minutes ago. Both the men threw the rules completely out of the window. There's no way that Leroy Kincaide should even be in that final right now.
Will you stop whining? Leroy Kincaide is trying to make history here tonight. He's trying to be the first
man. And as a result of the win,
two of these tournaments,
Leroy Kincaide goes through to the four-way matchup at the end of the evening to crown a new #1 contender to the IPW Championship.
So let's recap. Mark Haskins, Dave Morales, Leroy Kincaide, and one more man to make up that big fatal four-way main event.